Hey everybody, it's Ronn Grant, and you're watching Just for the Record. Stay tuned, you're watching 284 Media.
That's some great ideas. So we gonna have some lobster? Hello?
Wait, you're the lunch and get? You say you were sick? What happened to over the rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns. All right, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance. Not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today. Karl Scatliffe, welcome to Just for the Record.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So I do a little bit of research. Okay, I speak to people in the district. I'd like to be as well researched as possible, do my homework, ask people their opinions, just to get an idea of what they think about the candidates, all right? Your father, son, brother, and friend, businessman. Karl is a big sportsman. He's always chill, cool people. That's what one person said. Now that's polite. And in hindsight, because we can't please people, others have also said he's just a taxi man. He has nothing to offer. One gentleman said, I can't take Karl seriously. I can't see him in the House of Assembly. Just for the record, sir, these are not my words. These are the words of members of the electorate. When you hear the notion that you somehow have nothing to offer, what exactly do you get from that? What are your thoughts?
Well, to me, that's a motivation because for all my life, I've been hearing stuff like that. You can never do this. You can't and stuff like that. And can't is a word I normally don't use in my vocabulary. So, I always try to prove people wrong. Okay. Do you feel as though you're overlooked or perhaps you're not taken seriously as a candidate? At times I do. Okay. Yeah, at times I do. Like the one person rightfully said, everybody looks at you and stereotype you because of what you see you doing, but they don't know actually what's behind and all of that, So who is Karl Scatliffe? Who is Karl Scatliffe? Well, actually, I'm the first of 6 siblings, I grew up in the lower state, Hamptonsville, Rotan area. I grew up with a single mom. And I grew up back in the days where, our community raised a child. Manners was one of the big things that was taught. And, that has brought me to where I'm at today. Okay. Now, when you drive through your district, you're taking people around on tours, and I'm sure a lot of times you're trying to sell them the BVI. How do you sell the Virgin Islands to the average person that would come to visit? Well, that's easy. That's pretty easy because, I boast and brag about, us owning our own land. We were one of the only slaves to, get back the land from the slave masters and stuff like that. So that's pretty easy. And I mean, when we drive in, a lot of folks ask questions like, are those apartments? Are those homes and stuff? I have to explain to them, these are apartments and stuff like that. And we're kind of outnumbered. And, so it's pretty easy for me to do. And it's something I've been doing for a long time. In hindsight, when you look through your district, you drive through your district again, when you see the capital, the 4th district for which you are vying to be the representative, what are some of the not so good areas or some of the problems that you hope to attack in the next general election, if successful? The traffic, for one, the cleanliness of the city. Those are some of the big things on my list. Going through Main Street, you see a lot of the homes that were destroyed from the hurricanes and stuff, whatever assistance we can lend to clean up. I think that's something that's important. The ruins and stuff, I think we need to first jump on those and get those back up and running. A lot of the national parks. The open spaces, I think these are one of the places too we need to. I see some work is being done right now on some of them. And those are things that I think needed addressing, and those are things that can be done right away. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, just for the record, we'll be back with Mr. Karl Scatliffe. Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level
by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
You seem to already have a lot going on as it pertains to community involvement. If elected, how do you think you'll balance that? Can we just expect that some of the things that you do within the community when it comes to sports and children, you're not going to be able to do them anymore? Or do you plan on incorporating that in some sense?
That for sure, I know I'll be incorporating, because there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to do community-wise that we're not doing right now. And it's something that's dear to my heart to see happening. I want to get involved. I want to get the seniors involved. There's a lot of seniors that are still locked in homes and stuff, and I think there's avenues where we can bring them out, let them be a part of us, because this is where our history lies. I think it's time for us to give them the opportunity to learn from them, and these are things that I have, that's in store that I have coming forward with.
Why politics, first of all? I mean, I often feel sometimes that there are different ways for us to contribute to our society, and clearly you have proven that with all your community involvement. But politics is messy, Cal. It's ugly. I don't have to tell you that. Why politics, one, and why the PVIM?
Why politics? Every day you live your life is political to me,
Okay.
and I take it as a learning process for me, like everything else. You never know too much. But once you're willing to learn, there's a lot more that you can learn. For years, I've been working alongside a lot of the political leaders that we've had. So I kind of have an insight of, what goes on from the outside, looking inside. Now, the hardest part for me now is the learning on the inside. Find out, why things can't happen when you want it to happen, why things have been put aside. And I think that's what drives me the most, because you have great ideas, you sell your ideas to these leaders, and they take you up upon it, and then when you look, they come and tell you, this can't happen again, that can't happen again, and sometimes you ask yourself, well, why? So I guess by being on the inside, it gives me a better understanding of what politics is all about. Now, why the PVIM? Someone said to me one time ago, if I gave you a bag of mangoes, and I said there's some good ones in between them, what would you do with it? And I said, well, you know what? I think I'll take out the good mangoes and eat them and get rid of the rest. When I look at all the different political parties, what I see is one good mango or one or two good mangoes. And I don't think that me coming in green, I don't think that was a good, gesture for me working with one mango, one good mango. Because once you spoil, one mango is spoiled, all mangoes are spoiled, right? So I look at who I'm dealing with. I've had the opportunity to work with my leader, Mr. Ronn Scatliffe, out of high school. I've known him professionally. We played ball together. And I look at his track record. I look at the stuff that he did, where, as for example, given us the opportunity to have $10,000 tax-free, trying to work on folks getting NHI or stuff like that. So, I mean, I never really heard anything corrupted with him. Like I said, I've known him for a while. So I look at a lot of stuff like that before, I sit down and I decide, okay, well, this is the team that I'm running with.
Good. We all talk about wanting a better Virgin Islands. That's something I think everyone, dreams of. But what does that look like to you?
Wanting a better Virgin Islands is a big task. It is a big task because first you have to know where you come from, where you want to go. And I think a lot of us takes it for granted. I mean, we're outnumbered, yes, and we'll lose a lot of our history and our culture. But once you connect with the people that's been there before, or forefathers or our parents, and you sit down, because I think that's the problem that we have. We haven't been able to sit down enough with our kids and teach them about the history of the Virgin Islands and what it was, where we wanted to go and stuff like that. So I think that has a lot to do with why, I want to be able to do what I'm doing, because I think we have a lot to offer, and a lot of people, still takes us for granted. For example, I'll give you, when we compete on a large scale, and we do great. People don't know where this country is. They never heard of it. So that's a way for us to expose ourselves. And I think I'm doing a great job at that. I've been doing a great job from since 1984, and I think I can do a great job once I get elected.
You just touched on something that I find very interesting in reference to teaching and being able to learn from others. Presently, there's a huge generational gap between the millennials, young persons around my age, when it comes to, I think, senior members of government and politics and just residents in general, the older generation. As a new candidate and as someone who's a father of four, correct?
5.
Five, okay. What do you plan to do to kind of bridge that gap between the younger generation and older?
Well, I think I've been doing that for a long time. If anyone has known me, they know me for running school kids. I've been running kids from the time they were 4 years old. I watch them go to primary school, watch them go to high school, I watch them go to college, I watch them come back. And I think it's easy for them to approach me as far as conversation and stuff like that, because I've been there, I've seen them grow up through the ranks, and my doors are always open. Even though I might be a little cleaner, dressed up a little, better, I'm still the same person. And I don't think that will change much from me. What you see is what you get. So I'm not going to pretend that I can do when I know I can't. I'm going to be straight up with you. If it's not possible, I'm going to let you know it's not possible. But we can work on it, and I'm willing to take any ideas from any of those younger generation, because to me, I think I'm the bridge between the younger ones and the older ones, because I've grown up in an era where, like I said, the older folks, the hand-me-down stuff, I don't think you guys are familiar with the hand-me-down stuff. So.
I got plenty of hand-me-downs.
Yeah, so I've grown up in that area with the hand-me-downs, and the kids that are coming up now, everything is electronic. So I've had to learn to live in their world, so to speak, and they're the ones that's, the world that we have to live in right now. So we have to be able to connect with them. And I think that's the gap that you're talking about that we didn't have, because like I said, our generation, I think we dropped the ball because we never really took time out for family life. We get kids here and there, and it's always working, trying to make ends meet, trying to make them better, but we're not really stopping to be there with them, listen to what they have to say, and I think that's where the problem fails, because now they have to go listen to somebody else.
Yeah.
So, I think by me being in there, a lot of folks know me for the type of person I am. Like I said, I'm always willing to give, and I'm always willing to help. And I think it'd be easy for them to approach me.
No, many persons that I've spoken to somehow feel that we need some sort of a time frame when it comes to being able to serve in the House of Assembly. Do you agree or disagree? Do you think that there should be a limit on how long someone is able to serve?
I do. I'll tell you why. I don't believe in being a career politician. I believe in doing your work and passing the baton on, and that's how we do it in sports. And for example, like a relay. One stick has to pass on to the other in order for the race to finish. So somebody has to start. So I think by me going in, doing my part, when I get to the middle of the race and I pass it on to the next person, that's how I feel. Politics should be. I know there's a lot of career politicians in there and after a while, I think you just get stagnated. What else is there that you can do? You talk a good talk, but, sometimes you don't walk that walk that you talk, So I think, yes, time frame, I'd say between 2 to 3 terms.
Okay.
And I call it quits.
All right. I'm going to ask you 3 questions, sir. And just like in the House of Assembly, when the speaker says, those in favor, aye, those opposed, no. All I want you to do is give me a simple yes or no. Now, again, the reason I'm asking you to say yes or no is because, as possibly the next legislator, you will have to say yes, vote yes on certain issues. So that's what the people want to know. So we're going to give them the answers, or your take on the answers. First one, legalization of marijuana.
Yes, with restrictions.
Okay. Legalization of gay marriage.
Nope.
Legalization of abortion.
With restrictions.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's play a quick game. No, this is a game that I really enjoyed. It's called I Bet They Didn't Know. I'm going to ask you a few impromptu questions. And if you're so kind, you're going to give me the first thing that comes to your mind. Is that okay?
I'll try.
Let's do it. Childhood celebrity crush.
Do you want my answer on that?
I asked the question.
Celebrity. That's a hard task because there's so many of them.
Okay. Secret talent.
You really want me to tell you that?
I'm asking you the questions, Karl. Just for the record.
Yes, secret talent. I'm very good at art.
Art. Okay. Guilty pleasure.
Ooh, okay. I'm freaky.
Okay. All right. A luxury you can't live without.
I don't have any of those.
No luxuries you can't live without. No hot water. No iPhone.
No, because I think I've been exposed to the point where some of the things that you really want, you don't need. So I've learned to accept that.
Good point. Someone from VI history that you would love to take to lunch if you had the opportunity.
From VI history.
VI history. From yesteryear.
Yesteryear. I'd definitely like to speak to Mr. Lavity Stout.
Cool. A food that you can eat every day.
Fish.
Fish. All right, big fish lover. All right.
That's all I eat.
Something you wish you were better at.
Something I wish I was better at. You know what? I'm good.
You good? Music we'd be surprised you listen to.
Classic.
Classic. Interesting. I would have never guessed that. Mine's is country.
Yeah, classic.
All right, Mr. Karl Scatliffe, thank you so much. Just for the record.
Thank you.
When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast, unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages.